Hey, this is Paul Evans, your free online business coach, and I've got some questions recently, again, about why I'm doing this and why I'm not creating products, selling products, recommending affiliate products, even though I'm teaching on those things. So I'm trying to give you as much for free as possible to help you make the best decision without there being an agenda. That way nobody can say, well, the whole thing was a setup and he wasn't really helping anybody and all those kind of things. So why I'm doing this, I'm going to read a letter from Gayle. We've only been into this 1 month at this point, and this alone is why I'm doing this and why this is so meaningful and why I'm not afraid to do it without any money making on the back end whatsoever. So it says, hey, Paul, thank you for the clarity. And clarity is in all caps. I think that's critical. If we're going to have an online business of any form or facet, we've got to be clear and understand the process, understand what we're doing. It says you've taken the time to make something valuable for us. So I've taken the time to not only watch, but to really study what you've said line by line. I did this because I know you're an authentic professional in the field, wanting to be a professional as well. I really put the time in this week, probably 15 hours over the two or so weeks in these videos. The reason being is that the trainings I've purchased from you in the past are so dynamic that along with your key concepts are key instructions for those concepts. No fluff, no filler. And if I missed something you said, I missed something I need. Now let me go back to something that Gayle mentioned here. And that is, yes, I've sold products in the past and had a ton of those. And some of those have been purchased, reconnecting with, and deciding to study those even more. But what's being talked about here is the brand new videos that I've been doing for free the past month, because we're just 1 month in. So as you said, study, work, and jobs get a bad rep. But I learned lots in college, so did many tech professionals I know, and they studied and learned, and now they earn. I will put at least as much into your pearls of knowledge, and I know I will be successful doing that. No more distractions. The one system is really the one system, and I'll put a link below in the description for that. I've posted about that before, mentioned it before, but if you missed it, it'll be down there. I spent a whole day on that. No need to buy or try anything else until I can get all I can here. I have studied all the videos now. Are you seeing the theme? Not just listening, not just watching, studying. The quote you gave from another marketer answering a student's question saying, what do you want? He wanted to be an artist. Money wasn't the biggest goal. The trainer answered then that he could focus on his art and he could probably make 80 to 100K a year doing that, but probably not more. You then said yourself, figure out what you want. So what you want, what your desire is critical. I thought less about money. Would be fine with me to start anyway, and realized I never really started because I gave up just starting to write and to get better, and in writing to get a great piece of content. My first effort will likely not be that. I think that's a critical point as well. In the future, I'll do a video on the disposable website. This is a concept that's going to free you incredibly. But what's being said here is there's the thought process that when I get started, I'm going to try to be perfect right out of the gate. Instead, if Gayle is going to make writing a craft, the art form, the first time it's not going to be great, but over time, it will be the greatest strength. I've made a lot of progress over the years on this business, got distracted, confused about some key stuff. It was a fallacy not to study hard and really understand. I'm doing that now, and I do understand. The models and blocks of the monetization matrix were a little vague to me, but not now. I want a site to get started. I'm going to go back and hire someone on Fiverr to get a pro site up so I can start marketing and just learn what I need to put up as far as articles go, get a lead magnet on, work on pertinent products to link at the bottom of the articles. If you see anything that's unworkable, I will heed your always good advice. To me, that's not unworkable at all because it is clear. I'm going to write great content. I'm going to link to products that match that content. No need for shiny objects, and I'll link to that video below as well. Might need some direction if I get stuck on a step, but no more running here and there. It's all right here. Absolutely, Gayle. Any questions, send those in. There's no place like home. It's good to come home to your training. Thanks, Gayle. Now, before I get into the questions for today, and we've got like 7 of those, so this is only really a Q&A session. I'm not covering the monetization matrix. But think about some of the things that were hit there, about taking the time, really learning, really studying, really understanding, really getting clear. Too often we get ahead of ourselves. We're thinking, well, I want this online business and I want to make money, or I've got to make money and I want it to be so immediate. I'm not saying it can't be fast, but in order for us to really make a difference, we've got to understand what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. And I'll link to the manualist video as well below, because it's a key to understand what the minimums are before we try to go to the maximums, even though a couple of these questions are going to be about the maximum here in a minute. So let me hit these questions today. What do you consider to be the most effective ways to promote a digital marketing agency to a local market? I think the best way to do it, if you don't have any experience, no quote testimonials, is that you go out and you serve 5 companies, 5 local companies that you feel really confident about getting them a positive result. Go out and do that for free or for a minimum fee. I think doing it for free is best. With the caveat, and not say, hey, I'll do this for free if you'll give me a testimonial, but just say, what I'd love to do is I'll do this for you for free. We'll measure the results. And then I'd love your feedback of how this could be better, where you think we ought to go from here. And then you can use that to hopefully, if the results are great, you do get some testimonials and you get some insights from them. And then I would put that on a 1-sheet. And especially if you're providing a specific result, that would be the headline. Would you love to have X in your local business? If you're creating more leads, if you're creating more visibility, whatever it is, the promise is at the top. And then how I've helped 5 local companies successfully get that result. And then you're listing the companies, which they're going to be getting free advertising, and listing the results that you got for them. And then you're going to do a mailer of that, a postcard of that, or a mailer of that. And then you're going to have to follow up with a phone call to each person you mailed. You can't simply mail it out and think, man, my phone's about to start ringing. It's going to be ridiculous. Paul, how in the world am I going to handle all this business that I don't have yet? Never worry about having too much business. I can't tell you the number of times people have been like, Paul, what am I going to do if I do this and I get all of this business? How much business do you have now? None. All right, let's not worry about that. Let's get out there and get the business first. So you're going to do a mailer, and then you're going to follow up every single piece of mail with a phone call. What's that phone call going to say? Hey, Jim, I don't know if you got my mailer or not. It was on X, and I just wanted to see if you had any questions. No, I don't have any questions. All right, what'd you like most about it? What kind of stood out? Well, you got such and such for Kathy over there. I thought that was pretty neat. All right, so how about I swing by your place tomorrow around noon, or would you like to go to lunch tomorrow? I mean, you just start setting appointments. Don't overcomplicate it. You're not going to close them on the phone, most likely. And don't start thinking, well, I'm going to set up this whole website and automate it. Go manual first. You can automate it later. Question number 2. What is the best automated webinar software? I like Webinar Ninja a lot. I'm not doing any automated webinars at this time, but I do like Webinar Ninja. There's a bunch of great ones out there. One of the keys to me is that you're really trying to create the feeling of giving a person the opportunity to create an appointment and create an event. But as you know, I'm not believing in making this sound like it's live when it's not. And there's a bunch of jokers out there that do that. Come to my free live training. And you get there and you know it's not live. And you know all the comments in the chat box are fake. I mean, the whole thing is stupid. Do you have recommendations for a YouTube advertising course? Yes, I do. YouTube. Study everything on YouTube first. Everything that YouTube has put out about their advertising, study it first, all right? Secondly, start typing in YouTube advertising into YouTube and study others' free materials. Now, caution, they're all going to have a course. They're all going to try to sell you something. Don't do it yet. Once you understand thoroughly, you feel like, man, I get exactly how this works. I understand the analytics. I understand how they end up charging me. I understand what this type of bid means and what this type of bid means and what this type of bid means. I understand exactly how to drill down in the keywords. All of that's free. You don't have to buy a thing to understand that. So just like Gayle is doing right now, study everything you can. Take notes. Watch videos over and over and over again. You're not going to get it in a day. Advertising and learning advertising is fairly complicated. I mean, I know that scares people because there's going to be courses out there that says this is the easiest thing on the planet, but you're spending money in hopes of making money. And most people spending money in hopes of making money to get your money are just spending money to make money to show people how to make money. That's a little bit easier than saying, hey, I've got a course on confidence and I'm going to convert people with low confidence into a high confidence course. So study everything for free first. I do not want to build a website, but I do want to host a course online. What do you recommend? You could use Udemy, you could use Teachable, you could use Thinkific, and it depends on how much you want to spend. Like, Udemy is free to host your course. And you could actually sell your course on Udemy. You could sell your course off Udemy and then give somebody access to the course. So there's a lot of different options there. I don't think they really like that second option, but it's actually possible. So you can use any of those to host your course. You won't have to have a website at all. The great thing about Teachable and Udemy, and I'm sure there's a ton others out there as well, is that they actually have people coming to their site. So I make a pretty good number of Udemy sales without promoting. People go on, they search for products that I have on there. They're searching a keyword, my product comes up, they buy it. I'm not hosting anything. I think it's fantastic. Number 5, what marketing podcast do you listen to? 0. I don't listen to any marketing podcast. I'm not saying there aren't some great ones out there, but I think it's better to decide what we want to do and then go study that than think, I'm going to go out here and listen to these 20 different people with 20 different concepts, more like 100 different concepts, and get confused by all of it. Number 6 out of 7. Should I go from the opt-in page to the thank you page for a lead magnet, or should I go straight to the sales page with a lead magnet delivered by email? If straight to the opt-in, is it better to sell, if straight from the opt-in, is it better to sell a $7 product and then use upsells, or better to sell a course and back-end coaching? If back-end coaching, do you like one-to-one coaching or group coaching? Which do people get the most from? All right. This is like a discussion over macros. I mean, should I eat 20-20-60? Should I do 30-20-50? How much protein, how much carbs, how much fat? Which order should I eat them in? How many times a day should I eat? What time should I start eating? Should I do intermittent fasting, or should I not fast at all? Bottom line, to lose weight, obviously you exercise some and you have a calorie deficit. You burn more calories than you're eating, period. It doesn't matter even what your ratio is at that point. And some nutritionist is going to come on here and make a comment probably. But the truth is, it's calorie deficiency that makes you lose weight, period. So, what do you need to do to make money? Do you need all these complicated funnels? It's fine if you've got one. It's perfect. But if you've not made a sale yet, do not create this crazy long funnel until you've made some sales and you figure out what works. Here's what we tend to do. We go out and study. Use the exercise and fitness thing again. We go out and study the diets and the workouts and what we need to do and how we need to do it. And we get so focused on all of these complex ideas. We go out and we buy all the food, we stock our pantry, we get ready, we make that first meal, our very first meal of this new diet. And most of the time it's awful and we hate it. And we go, man, that wasn't even worth it. I better eat a Twinkie just because I need a reward for all this studying I've done and all of this food I've bought and all of this intention. Instead, people just said, hey, I'm not going to worry about what I eat. I'm just going to burn a lot more calories that I'm taking in. They're going to lose weight. Now then, if they want a specific body composition, a specific percentage of body fat, a specific percentage of their body that is muscle, now they're going to have to get technical. But if you've never done it and you get technical out of the gate, it's not going to be any fun. So when you're setting everything up initially, I would say again, look at the manual list video that I'm linking below. But don't worry about all of these extended processes. Start with one thing. If you want to sell a $7 product, do it. If you want to start with a course, I wouldn't make it a big course. I'd make it a 1-hour course. If you are wanting to do coaching or advising, that's fairly easy just to set up, because all you got to do is have a checkout and then they talk to you. I'd keep it minimal. Should I start a group coaching? If you don't have a group, no. Start with what you've got and accomplish something small first if you've never done it, and then expand from there. Expand from there. Number 7. This is in relation to my 39-point keynote checklist, which I will put a picture right up here somewhere. This is from Patrick, because he was requesting it. He's been part of my community for a while. It says, next question, if you don't mind, what follow-up do you do after someone is added to your list with this particular lead magnet? Do you have an email sequence that you automatically send out? If so, how many? At what point do you make an offer? I'm assuming it's for your keynote course or coaching. My thought is to have a checklist for guys to use with respect to their budget and finances, with an end goal to lead them into either one-on-one coaching or a 1 to 3 month course that leads them through the process I use to get my finances in order. Now, quick time out. I love what he's saying here. He's selling what he's already experienced success with. I'm selling the process I use to get my finances in order. This is fantastic. It's exactly what you need to do. Don't get all in your head about, I don't know enough. Share what you've had results with. Budgeting, saving, getting, giving, paying off debt, insurance, expenses, income. So the checklist would reveal gaps in their finances, and then follow-up emails would lead them into my offer. So that's the reason for this checklist. The checklist is for people to go through, they start checking it off. Anything that they don't have remains blank, and those are the gaps. Those are the things they need to work on. I'd be looking to help guys on a scale of 1 to 10 who are about a level 5 to 7 with their finances, with a goal of moving them up 2 points on that scale. Thoughts? So I do not have a follow-up sequence. I tend to be a lot more just hear my live emails. However, if I was starting over today and I didn't have a lot of people already in this process, then I would give out the checklist, let them do it, and then I would follow up personally. And let's say that Sally's opted in for the keynote checklist and she's got about half of those that are checked. I don't know that yet, right? So I email Sally. I say, hey, Sally, thank you for downloading the checklist. If you've not already done it, please do that right now. I'll take a photo of it. I want to see your results and email those back to me. Now, Sally, knowing that I'm probably setting her up for a sale, yeah, but she also knows she's got a bunch of gaps. She's got a bunch of unchecked boxes. And I wouldn't have put those boxes on there if they weren't essential. So she's going to send me the results of her checklist. And I'm going to say, all right, it looks like that you're really challenged in this monetization area. And did those headlines at the top look familiar? I mean, is that basically the monetization matrix in play in my own business? Absolutely. So any of the gaps, I would then come back and say, it looks like, Sally, that here's where you're struggling. I feel like the best place to start is X. You may really be thinking that it's Y, but I think we ought to start with X. And so what I'm going to do is recommend the next step and then say, where would you like to go from here? She's probably going to email back and go, well, how much is it? How much time is it going to take? Blah, blah, blah. And we're going to start a conversation. Now, if I've got a sales page for the entire course, I might send that to her then. But I might do 3 or 4 emails back and forth to find out if she really is committed to doing what this is that we're focusing on, what her gaps are, if she's really wanting to put the time, the energy, and the effort in. And she may just say, I don't have the money right now. And there may be some options for that as well. So there you go. Hopefully, that checklist is clear. We may make one in the future on a video if you feel like that's something to be helpful, because I think it's a great lead magnet, because it allows people not to simply read a document and go, oh man, okay, cool. I need to do these 5 things to become a better public speaker. But if you're wanting a speaker business, here are the essentials. Do you have those? Man, I don't have half of them. All right, now we've got a starting place. Now we're allowing each individual to reveal what their gaps are and then move forward from there. All right, so do you have questions about online business? Feel free to email me, freeonlinecoachingclub@gmail.com, freeonlinecoachingclub@gmail.com. Happy to answer your questions. Be like Gayle, study the videos. Don't just watch them and go, I don't really get it, I don't really understand it. Study, take notes, apply. As always, success is not an accident. Be blessed.